You're welcome to another exciting episode on Live Lessons with Mo. So, in this month of January in the year 2021, I want to do a challenge. I want to challenge myself. I want to upload a video every day in the month of January for the 31 days in the month of January. And I trust God to help me to be able to meet up. And I believe that you guys will support your girl as usual. So, our topic for today is titled Parental Responsibility. Or another way we can rephrase our topic is parental pressure. Parental pressure. Alright, so I was discussing this morning with somebody on the phone, and we were referring to our parents' prayers. Now I was trying to explain the ideology behind the mother's prayers, and I was telling the person that I watched a movie, and in the movie the girl was trying to do a surprise for her fiance, and her fiance was like, "How are you so sure that you're doing it? What if there's somebody else?" And she's like, "If there's anybody else, my mother's prayer would have taken her away. Like, it will not even stand." And since then, anything bad that wants to happen will be like, my mother's prayer will never allow this thing to happen. So I was trying to explain to the person that our parents, especially our mothers, pray so much for us that almost 90% of the prayers that is watching over our that is standing for our lives are made by our mothers. And after I just made that analogy, a few minutes later I went for a morning devotion, and my dad was like, "This is 2021. Are you guys working on yourself? Are you becoming better people? All of you girls, you get married one day. Are you warrior women? Can you stand in the place of prayers for your children? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do that?" And as he was talking, I just looked at my sister and I was like, it's not the same thing I was just talking to somebody about now. But if I've told my dad that few minutes or prior to this I was talking to somebody about it would have been hard for him to believe. He would have just been like, that's what you guys will say. Now, my point being that I came to the understand that most parents unconsciously put pressure on their children. They have taught these children what they should do. They have invested so much in their life, but they are not allowing those children to live up to the expectation. They are not allowing those children to be able to internalize or to put into practice all that they have learned. So it looks like you're just sinking and sinking and sinking more knowledge. See, parents, let's learn to trust our children that they can make certain decisions, especially basic decisions. If you've taught a child ABC, you should be able to trust that when he goes to school and he faces an exam, he should be able to write ABC. Most parents have taught their children so much, like they've invested so much in the life of their children, but they still want to help them pass through the test of life. They still want to help them pass through trials, pass through things that should actually test those knowledge and make them stronger. See, whether you like it or not, one day those children will leave you and they'll be forced to stand on their own and face life. So the earlier they start doing it before you, better. As parents, please, let's not put too much pressure on these children. Let's believe and trust God that since I've trained this child in the way I feel is good, this child will be able to stand the test of time. Let's not still keep feeling like you're not doing what I want you to do, you're not meeting up to expectation, you're not this and that and that. Trust God that this child, you know that when the child is in university, you're not there with this child. When the child is when he's serving, when he's doing whatever he's doing out there, you're not there. So it's what you have trained this child with that will still help him to be able to make proper decision. Don't forget that if you keep putting sand into a well and you're putting it every day, after some time that well will finally get filled up and it will cover. So trust your children that they are not coconut heads, and as you're putting information into them, they are learning, and one day they'll be filled enough to be able to give out to others. So please, let's trust God for the lives of our children, and let's stop putting unnecessary pressure on the life of our children. Most of the times our children are a replica of us. So if you cannot trust yourself, then you don't need to trust your children. But if you know you can trust yourself, when I mean trust yourself, you know that you've done a good job, then please trust God for these kids. Thank you so much for listening. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye. I want to thank you all for subscribing.